Hey everybody, welcome back. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add this video in with my video that I started last night. It might just be a separate little video where I decorate after, but as you can see, I am lifting it. This is almost 24 hours later, and it is quite flexible. So the Let's Resin definitely doesn't cure as fast. So we even have these that aren't very thick. They're super flexible. So I just moved my son's birthday present aside, and this feels hard on the edge, but I remember last time I did the same thing with the elk, and I messed up the elk as soon as I started unmolding it. So even though this is for me to put my my alcohol inks into, I don't want to start to deform it if I try to unmold it. So I'm just gonna leave it in. But I did talk a little bit about, since this is only half full, about adding some little embellishments and things in here. I didn't get string lights yet. I do want to get some string lights, but I wouldn't be putting it in. Well, I could. I guess I could, because I'd be putting a clear coat on top of this, but for now, I don't have any string lights. So I think what I'll do is I'll add some snowflakes. We definitely have some snowflakes. We have some crushed glass. We have some pearl stars. We even have some blue and silver, like lighter blue and silver crushed glass. So let me see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see which one we like better. I even have a few penguins. See, what I was thinking is I wanted to use these I want to make snow globes. So I wanted to save some of these for snow globes. So I'm not sure, but I do have these as well. And I also have this little pack of really cute snowflakes that I got yesterday. So I might even just use these and just set them around, and then you maybe use these snowflakes and these stars and add a few around, and then just put a clear coat on top and see how it goes. That's maybe this, that, and a little bit of crushed glass. I think that might be, maybe even not all three, but I don't want to add too much. I don't want to make it tacky, but I do want to add a little something before I put the clear on. If I did have the lights, I would probably put the lights and just mold it around the edges, so that each side had a set of lights with the battery power pack to it, so that it could light up. But I don't have those yet, but these will still look pretty. So let's do that. So yeah, no plan today, just kind of looking at it. I came into my office to see how things were faring, and as expected, it's still really soft. So I'll film another video. I'll use IntoResin again. It'll just be 48 hours demold time. So like I said, this video is most likely going to be out. See, I got the times wrong because it was, I think it was almost 4 o'clock in the morning when I finished last night. So once I finished everything and cleaned, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning when I went into my room. So these had already been molded for a while. I was editing and stuff. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that train of thought. Sorry guys, that happens to me a lot, so please bear with me. But yeah, so I think what I was trying to say is that I know what I was trying to say. That I thought that this video was going to be up on my son's birthday, but because it was already past midnight, I was seeing that it was already the 16th when I was looking at them, and then counting the videos that I had queued up to be released for the following days. So this one would be actually out the day before my son's birthday, but we'll see with how long it takes to unmold. I really don't want to ruin his present, so I'm glad I did it a little bit early. So I just can't, I don't know. Did I just get a bad batch, or does it just really take that long for that to mold? Because eventually it did work. Like I can't remember. No, I think I used the magic resin because the IntoResin I messed up. So I think I just went right ahead and opened the magic resin, the Canadian company, and started using that. So we'll see. I hope I don't have to redo these again. Now I'm a little worried if I add some embellishments that it's gonna go wrong, but I did press it and I can see my fingerprint in it. So I don't know if I'm gonna add, because there's stars, should we just add some stars here and there and kind of let them go with the resin as I pour, and then add a crushed glass around the edges? Oh, see, it's already getting stuck because it's not even clear yet. Pardon me. I keep trying to go for that and it's to my right side. If I was gonna put the crushed glass, then I'll probably put it around the edges. So I could add like 3 stars that way. They don't have to be perfect. Let's see what kind of snowflakes I'd want to use. So the white ones are really pink. Are these clear ones? Or should we not use any snowflakes and then it could be used year round? Because it could be put up as a Christmas decoration, but it could also be used as an anytime decoration. I don't think it needs any more than 6. I think we're good there. Let me just put one on and watch me not be able to get it off. And just see if I like it. I can't see it in the camera. Okay, now I can. I do like it. What do we think? Is that pretty good? Yeah. I don't know. I could have swore I ordered more of these 100 pieces. I thought I had ordered 2 packs, but again, I do have quite a few orders that, because they trick you with the whole you get a full credit back, and I've gotten a $90 credit before, so you assume that it's going to be the same thing, and then they tell you just buy a few more, and then you get this many more cents credit towards this many dollars back. So they trick you that way. So I have a bunch of orders that I ordered separately because I kept thinking I was going to get a credit back. So, well, so what I can do is mix. I'm just going to hand mix some clear resin. I can't remember how much I mixed for this. I'm going to hand mix some clear resin, and then I'm going to separate it, and in one I'm going to put a little bit of the crushed glass. I think I'm just going to use silver crushed glass, and then I'm just going to go around the edges with the crushed glass, and then I'll fill the middle in with the clear, and then we'll see how it looks. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're back. I've mixed up, I've hand mixed 4 ounces. As you can see, there's a ridiculous amount of bubbles in here. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is, as I pour, just continue using the alcohol, because I'm gonna have to look back and see when I'm mixing magic resin if this many bubbles actually come into it, because this Let's Resin, like, look at it. It's all bubbles. It wouldn't be clear if it wasn't. If it didn't have, it's not clear at all. It looks like it's not clear, but it's supposed to be. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just pour little bits at a time and use some alcohol, and hopefully get out as many bubbles as I can. But what I'm going to work on first is pouring about, I don't think I'm going to need more than an ounce, because I am going to be adding the crushed glass to it. I can't wait till I can get more crushed glass so I'm not stingy on how much I'm using. There's so many things you can use crushed glass for that make it so beautiful. So I'm going to grab that. I'm already almost out of popsicle sticks on this end, but my lovely sister did get me more, so just have to refill that little container that I made. Alright, so we'll just add some of this silver crushed glass. Now, if you haven't used it before, you definitely want to make sure that when your project is finished, it is sharp. It is glass. So when your project is finished, that there are no sharp parts. If there are any sharp edges, just sand it down, and then if you need to, just buff it up. But it is glass, so just be cognizant of that when you're making this for customers, which I definitely will be checking for when it's finished. That's why I'm pouring this layer first, so that if I do need to just pour another layer of resin on top of it, then that's good, because it'll cover the glass shards. But it looks like I could use a little bit more. So again, this is why it's already more than half gone for just an ounce of resin. So what I'm going to do, you can probably hear it cutting against the plastic, edges of the plastic. So what I'm going to do, because it does have so many bubbles in it, I don't know if I'm going to, this cup doesn't really bend. I know a lot of resin artists use paper cups when they're pouring in a specific way. I don't know if they have paper cups at the dollar store. It's been a long time since I've been in one. I asked my sister to keep a lookout for those fairy lights that come out during Christmas because they're so cheap, and I can use them in projects. Yeah, see, there's still quite a bit of resin left over above that, so I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on it because I do want to just keep the crushed glass closer to the edges and then the clear coat of resin after. So yeah, what I was saying is they use paper cups and they squeeze them because they're easier to bend. So you kind of get a spout from that, and you can control where you're pouring, as opposed to this, like it's not as easy to control. And what's going to come out first is obviously the resin because the crushed glass is heavier and it's at the bottom. Maybe what I'll do is scoop it out. Maybe. 48 hours is a long time to wait for this stuff to cure. Let's try just scooping it. See, I'm gonna make a mess because I'm a messy person. And I just know it. I'm just admitting to it, okay? I'm a messy person. And I know that I'm going to make a mess. Oh, and by the time I went to bed last night, I had touched the side of this one, and it had started to get warm. Like when I'm using the magic resin and I'm molding and I say, oh, it's starting to get warm, it was getting that type of warm when I was leaving my office last night after editing and everything. So it really doesn't work the same. I definitely guarantee that magic resin is a lot better to use. I wonder if I use one of these silicone sticks. Let's see. What if I pour and then, okay, maybe what I'll do is I will pour the clear resin out. That's here, and then once the crushed glass starts coming out, piece there. Okay, I'll stop there. And then I'll try with this. This is my first time ever doing it. I've seen people do it, and I absolutely love the outcome. So let's see. I don't know if I'm making this for a potential customer yet, but I am trying to make it as nice as I possibly can if people are interested. So let's see. I really love this tool because you can really do just about anything. So I'm just going to add some crushed glass in the edge here. I'm really wishing I had paper cups right now. Oh, and I'm making a mess. I told you guys I'll make a mess. That's just me. It's just who I am. If it's going to be a mess, I will make it. So again, I'll just babysit it and make sure that the crushed glass stays, but that the clear resin can move around. Let's see if I can get these pieces of crushed glass down here. As I was putting some crushed glass into these little containers before, and I just got them off Temu and I cut myself. So I have to make a mess, don't I? Okay. I hate all these bubbles. I hate these bubbles. So I'll just baby this. I'll probably spray it with some more alcohol. Pardon me. I'm thinking this is probably going to be a separate video, just because I have a feeling already that this is going to take me a while. Oops, of course I got it in the star. Of course you did. I'm making a mess again. So I'm really liking the way the crushed glass looks. I don't want it to get too far into the piece, but let me spray alcohol. Well, I've got it there. I'm running out of alcohol. Doodsy, I'm running out of alcohol. I need more, or I have to stop crafting. Cannot craft without alcohol. Love you, my poor sister. I called her last night to get her opinion about the colors for my son's gift, and so I guess she was out with some friends from work, and somebody else answered on her behalf, and I was like, that's not my sister. Wrong person. These bubbles are gonna drive me nuts. Oop. I saw that coming ahead of time. Man, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about adult problems, and we were saying how we wish we could be teenagers again, because those problems that we thought were like so earth-shattering when we were teenagers are nothing when you're an adult. I'd go back to my teenage problems a million times over to get away from my adult issues. You thought it was the end of the world when you were a teenager over the littlest things. Especially girls. They overthink everything. Minds run a mile a minute. And I can say that because I am one. And I know I'm an overthinker. 100%. I overthink everything. Is that taking away from the stars? Am I adding too much? I think it looks pretty. But I am going to move this guy out a little more because he's getting lost. I was thinking this corner was empty. Oh, is he stuck now? Really? Okay, I was gonna say, how can he be stuck when this isn't even cured? I got crushed crystal under him. And my perfectionist self is gonna go crazy over that. Let's see if I can get it lifted up. Yep. Excuse you, pardon me. You don't belong there. There you go. Alright. That's better. So yeah, maybe I'll just use the popsicle stick after. I'll just make sure that I pour the crushed crystal. I don't know. When I edit the videos, sometimes I laugh at myself because of the words that I use. Sometimes I use some really silly words because my mind at the moment doesn't get the right word for what I'm looking at or thinking about. Oh Lord. Getting older, what it does to us, right? Okay, I'm gonna leave the popsicle stick on the side because I'm most definitely going to continue to use that. And I'm just gonna use my scooper here. Scooper. I'm calling it a scooper because that's what I'm using it for, but oh, I made another mess. Yeah. I think the only thing that's really bugging me is the bubbles. But I'll do what I can to babysit it and hopefully get them all out. If not all, the majority. As much as I can. Get enough around here so that I can move out the popsicle stick. And I'll do the other side. Oh, I went on too much, but that's okay. Oh, and I got it on my shirt that I use in here, but that's okay. This has resin all over it anyway. That's why I use it for all my resin crafting, because it's already ruined. I need an apron. I feel like I've said that before, but I could be wrong. I probably thought it and didn't finish the sentence. So I seem to do that a lot too. Lord. Alright. We want to get away from our snowflake. Thank you. It's okay if it trickles in like that, like it still looks pretty if it's trickling in, but I just don't want it to overtake any of the other things that I've used in it. I need to spray some more alcohol in here. These gosh darn bubbles. Can't wait till I get my resiners machine. Oh yeah, thank you. All right. Now what I'll do is I'll pour the clear in the middle, and then I don't want to pour too much, but just enough to get the clear coating on it. And then spray the dickens out of it with isopropyl alcohol. So many bubbles. Okay, that is far too much, I think. Wait. And she lets more fall into it. Okay, and let that even out. We don't want no bubbles. Come on. Okay, they're popping. does this look? Is it because of the bubbles that it looks so discolored? It's frustrating me because I really wish that it didn't have bubbles in it. Can you guys let me know if you're watching this and you're a creator, if you use Let's Resin, if I maybe just got a wrong batch? Because I'm just shocked at the wait time for it to cure and the amount of micro bubbles. Like, it's phenomenal how many bubbles are in here. And not the good phenomenal. And it seems like using the alcohol isn't helping at all. Like, see, it's fogging up here for some reason when I use the alcohol. It's so weird. I've never seen that happen before. I don't think it's from the crushed glass. There was no color that came out. Ooh. There's no color that came out in here, so I don't understand why it's fogging up there in that corner. Me don't know. Me don't know. What if I use my dotting tool and just go around it a little bit? Watch me create more bubbles. Touch the alcohol and pop. Okay, so that cloudiness did go away, but it's just so weird. So weird. Excuse you, bubbles. We don't want no bubbles. Okay. Sorry guys, limp noodle foot again. I think I'm just gonna say limp noodle from now on so you guys know what's happening. If it's new subscribers, they'll be like, limp, not what? What's going on? Limp noodle. My leg's gone numb. It feels like a limp noodle. It's definitely my left leg, if anything, but it's okay. It's the one where I tore all my ligaments. Okay, listen. Share some with your friends. Yeah. Share some with your friends. These guys, yeah. All right. Let's start with the other side. I'll try with just a popsicle stick and see how I get. I don't know. Well, this is definitely different than the other one. Watch this side look exponentially better than the other side now. I swear. I swear. When that happens, we's about to have some issues. Okay? Okay. Seriously, it is looking better. Okay, it's probably gonna separate once I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna, oh, really? Of course you did, Alexa. Right smack dab in the middle. Thankfully, it's movable. It's so clean. Oh, lordy, lordy. Let's get this guy out. Because obviously, using the popsicle stick is working a lot better. So, how's everybody's day been? I'm assuming that I'm going to put this in another video because I asked that with last night's video, but it was like 2 hours long. If it's still the same video, that's okay. How's everybody's day been? Hope y'all are having a good day. Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Hope you're all out enjoying life, loving life for me. Get out there and seize the day for me, okay guys? Since I can't do it myself yet. Are you guys some people who buy Christmas presents like super early in the year and start to collect them, or are you procrastinators? Do you like to online shop or go in the store? Me myself, I've never been a big shopper. I actually can't stand shopping. My sister loves going into stores, even just to window shop, and I just get into a mall and I get a headache the second I walk into a mall. It's not my thing. But Christmas was always fun-ish to go to the mall and look around. It's just all the crazy people out for Christmas shopping, and they're flipping out over parking spaces and just unnecessary nonsense. But I feel like, thankfully for me, I don't know myself anybody else with agoraphobia. First time I heard that was when my doctor told me that that's what I most likely had. So I don't know anybody with agoraphobia. But thankfully for me, online shopping has been made a lot easier over the years. So I stopped going out quite a few years ago, just when COVID started becoming like a big thing. And then that just intensified it, right? Because everybody had to stay home and safe. And then, yeah, it's just been it's just been an issue ever since. So, so yeah, tell me, do you guys like going shopping? I wish you guys can talk to me. You could talk to me down below. I wish you guys could talk to me while I'm doing this. Sometimes I feel lonely. Other times I feel like hissing if people want to talk to me. Like a cat. Like, get away from me. No, I'm not that bad. Thankfully. Because the only people I see are my parents or my sister, so I'm good. Or my nephew. But especially men, if I'm not emotionally comfortable with them or know them at all, yeah, don't come near me. Yup. No, thank you. You can stay as far away as possible. Really? And just drip that in the other one. This side does look prettier. I'm getting to the edges, right? But I do need to go. Like, I need to go see an eye doctor because I haven't been in years. And my eyes really need to get checked because, I mean, I have a tiny bedroom and I have a 55-inch TV and I can't even read what it says when I have subtitles on at night, so it doesn't wake my dad up. So I definitely do need to go see an eye doctor. Would be nice to get a haircut. I used to have a really great hairdresser that would come to the house. The last time I got my hair done with her, years before the whole pandemic happened, so my hair is extremely long, longer than it's ever been in my life. Don't make a message. Alright, so let's pour the clear. That still has a gazillion micro bubbles in it. Really? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Please pop. No, okay, don't pop too much because on one side's gonna be nicer than the other. Even though it kind of already is. We'll see once I pour the clear. Or what's supposed to be clear. The fizzy clear, okay? That's what I mean. Look at these massive bubbles coming out. Oh, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy. I am definitely going to be babysitting this for a little while. Oops, slow the heck down. Slow down, girl. Okay. Let's see where we are from there. Other than really freaking bubbly. Oh, there we go again. That side started to... Why not dump a whole bottle on it? Sure. Nothing like a mouthful of isopropyl alcohol. Excuse me, but we want to see your beautiful snowflake. Excuse you, pardon me. I see you, big bubble. Yeah, get to the surface there. And this one, we want to see your beautiful snowflake. I guess I could have done this in 3 pourings, but like I said, I'm fumbling through it, guys. Well, I guess we'll see it eventually because we see that one. We don't see these ones yet, but once it starts to... Okay, I'm messing up the nice line because I want it to look somewhat like the other side. Boo. That is pretty though. Excuse you, rogue. Crushed glass. You are far from your brothers and sisters. We want to see the pretty snowflakes. Please. Okay, listen. Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. Have you guys seen that YouTube video? That little kid? I think he was talking to his babysitter. Some people said he was talking to his mom, but I could have swore they were saying that that was his babysitter. I don't know. But it was a hilarious video, and I absolutely adored it. An adorable kid. I love kids. Always wished I had more. But no. It's okay. I've got one amazing young man who's got the biggest heart in the world and feels so deeply for everybody he loves. Even though he could be a pain in my behind most days. He is the best thing that's ever happened to me. That's for sure. Like Odeno promising me he was going to come downstairs and not coming. I don't blame him. His PS5 is heavy to carry for him to come up and down the stairs. I can't see this edge too well. But I think I've got them all the way to the edge, right? Let's see if they clear up like this. Did I use different snowflakes for 3 of them? I could have swore I used the same snowflakes for all 3. All 6. There's my counting skills again. You guys are probably thinking, you say you're so tired, why not go to bed earlier? Because I wouldn't be able to sleep, that's why. There's no way in the world I'd be able to fall asleep. I'll lay in bed and roll and toss and turn and move around and not be able to fall asleep no matter what I do. Gonna be the same snowflakes. Why is this one? I don't want to touch it because it looks so perfect. But I am going to anyway because I'm a masochist apparently. Like to drive myself crazy. In the best of ways, though, really. Okay, well the bubbles are easing up a bit. It's not as bubbly as it was. Still think so. I still thinks. I'm more than one person apparently. I still think that this would have looked nice with some lights in it. I know the dollar store used to. I mean, I haven't stepped foot in a store or dollar store or anything in years, but I know they used to every Christmas season have the wired Christmas lights on sale. I always used to buy them and think, who the heck can use lights so small? Because they're so tiny. But now I know. I know now. So if we can get some, that would be great. Because they are ridiculously expensive on Temu. I see oh jeez. Those guys can use a little bit more of a coat, I think. Let's see. Actually, maybe not. Looks like it, but I swear, is this table not like that? Because on this end, it's flush, and this end, it's on all of them. Oh yes, I didn't have them on this table. Put them on my computer desk, I forgot. Yeah, on the far right end, they're all flush, and on the left end, they're indented just a little bit, but that wouldn't be noticeable. Oh, that star's rising. Like, I want to be starred to show. As long as you stay under the resin, bud. I don't care where you are. Just stay under the resin. Did I use a different snowflake? I swear, this is gonna drive me bonkers until I try to figure it out. There's lots of bubbles here. I'm just trying to get them to come out from around it. No, looks like the same snowflake. Maybe it just needs to sit there without my touching it for a little bit. Huh. Tell that to somebody who would believe you, Alexa. I like it to touch things too much. Oh, bubbles. I see you little suckers. That's all the alcohol I have left, Dada. My poor sister. I definitely need to get some more of these disposable cups. I know a lot of you don't like them, but just for me, it makes my life a lot easier. I'm in so much pain by the time I'm done taping the videos, and because right now I'm doing 3 a day. 3 a day? Around there. I know I don't have to be doing that, but I'm just doing that so I have a backlog for in case I need them. Right now I have a few ready to be published. Oh, one went out today, and then I have one more ready to be published tomorrow on the 17th. So, aw, my kitty just sneezed. Have you heard a kitty sneeze before? If you haven't, it's so cute. Cutest sound ever. Yes, you sussy. Oops, just said her name. Now she's gonna come meowing at my door. Alright, guys. I think that's about it. I'm probably just gonna sit here and spray this with alcohol, poke and prod at it. Try not to allow any at least large bubbles to be in here. I know there's a lot of little micro bubbles that I'm just not going to have any chance to get out, but at least the bigger bubbles I can contend with, and as many of the micro bubbles as I can. But that's about it. So the next video you may see would be me making all this, and then I might upload this separately because it's already 44 minutes of just me decorating the sides of this guy. So you'll obviously see this being unmolded, and then I'll just tell you guys that there'll be a video coming out of me decorating it. Just trying to see. The problem is if I pour more, I won't be able to move it, but there's not enough resin in it. And I was planning to film another video, but maybe I don't need to. Maybe this is all I need to do. One video today. Try to use just crushed glass just because I spend so much money on it. I know, guys, I'm sorry. I know I talk about how much money I spend, but if you haven't heard me tell you guys, I am on a fixed income because I don't work right now. So that's why I do talk about money a lot, and I don't get a lot of it to use for an entire month. So I know probably some of you would say, well, then why are you buying resin stuff? Because it's so expensive. Well, because resin quite literally saved my life. And if you didn't hear that story, that would be the first video, and a good reason, the first video that I posted, and a good reason as to why it's 3 hours long, as well as, you know, trying to not be super scared and do things on camera for my first time. But I did talk a lot about my story and what I've been through and how I became the woman I am today and all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested, take a gander back to my first video. It is 3 hours long, so it is a long one. Grab you some popcorn and go ahead and take a gander over there. Our community is usually really like hush-hush when people have mental health issues, because people like to be very judgmental in our community sometimes. So I'm sure my parents don't love that I'm talking about it so openly on YouTube, but I mean, that is the reason that I'm talking about it so openly, because mental health awareness needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. It needs to be an open discussion so that people don't feel suffocated like I did and feel like the only way out would be to go out, if you know what I mean. So I can't say the other word because YouTube won't allow it. And so there were so many times I felt like I was at that edge. I remember telling my doctor before she retired that, you know, one of these days I'm gonna do it. I'm just telling you, I can't take it anymore. And then she told me to go take myself down to the hospital because they had a good mental health clinic down there. So I did that and I got some help. But in Ontario, once they help most people, they expect your insurance company to cover, like, if you need like more counseling, but I don't have that coverage through work, so I don't get to have extra counseling, and I was told by my psychiatrist that I'd need lifelong therapy. So I don't get that. What I do get is an amazing sister who, even though she's going through her own mental health struggles, listens to me on some of my very darkest days. And that's why it was so important for me to make her something with my own 2 hands this year, because these 2 hands probably wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for her being here for me. So yeah, if you guys want to know more, I don't want to talk too much about it, because literally, like, clearly you guys can see from my videos I can talk your ears off. I talk it too much. But if you guys do, oh Lord, if you guys do want to know more about it, just take a gander at that first video. I talk about it through the video, things that I've been through, and not everything, but just some of the major things, and why my life is the way it is right now. And that's okay, because now I have art, and I look forward to doing this every day. I look forward to getting up. I feel like I have something to get up for. And I know a lot of you will say, well, you keep saying you have a son. I do, but my son's older now, and he needs me less. And so I had an existential crisis because he needs me less. And I didn't know what to do with that, because all I know is being a mom. So that's all I've been good at in my whole life. So it was really hard to swallow as he started getting older and needing me less. And I didn't know what to do. I don't have a partner. I'm single. So I don't have anybody to talk to. I have my parents here, but they don't understand. It's not their fault. They come from the old country where, you know, if people had issues, they wouldn't talk about it. Definitely wouldn't talk about it. So they don't understand that. So that's why I'm so thankful I have my sister. So without her, I don't know where I'd be, if I'd even be here today. I know that's hard for you to hear, Dada, but it's true. You are one of the reasons I'm still here. Because you're there to listen when I'm freaking out, losing my mind sometimes over the stupidest things. But for me, it seems like it's a whole ass hill to climb that I can't get up. But she's always there for me, and never makes me feel like a burden for asking for her help. Like, geez, sometimes even sending an email or reading an email from work, because that's where my trauma started, sends me into a downward spiral, and I just start losing control. I automatically start thinking the worst, and things start going on in my head, and it's just a mess. It's not fun. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. So I really hope none of your family members suffer through chronic PTSD, because it's really not fun. And if they do, and you need someone to talk to that goes through it, to understand more of what they're feeling and what you can do to help, you're more than welcome to message me. I'm more than happy to talk and let you know. Not everybody's obviously going to be the same, but there's just some things you should and shouldn't say. Like, you can't tell somebody that has chronic PTSD to just get over it. You can't just get over it, don't you think? Like, that's, I think, one of the worst things is I hear a lot of people say to me, just get over it. If it was that easy, don't you think we'd do it? If we could just get over it? Don't you think we would? But I was someone who bottled things up and bottled things up and bottled things up, and then when the traumatic event happened and it triggered ones that happened in my past that I didn't think about for a long time, it just became this big mountain of traumatic events all at once, and it hit me like freight train. And I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. It's hard. It's hard to get through. And I really, really hope everybody listening today has nobody in their life that is going through it. But if you are one of those people, or you know someone that is going through something like I have, if you do watch the video and you learn a little bit more, I am here to talk to you. You're not alone. Your story is safe with me. I talk about myself freely because I think about a lot of the people that I've met through therapy and a lot of the things that they've said and how they've acted or reacted to certain situations, and how some of them didn't have anybody to talk to, or their family didn't want to understand or couldn't understand, and I just know. I know too well. So I know how it is, how hard it can be, and whoa, I just poured way too much. That's going to go into the stars for sure, but that's okay. I still have 1.5 ounces after diddle-daddling that much. I wanted to move something now. When did I want to move? Oh, the star started to come up. So yes, that's all I'll say. I won't go through it again because I don't want to be a broken record with you guys. But if you do want someone to talk to, or if you do have somebody that is going through what I went through and you want to try to understand them better, I am open to talking about it. I may not tell you my full story, like absolutely everything that happened to me, but I am open to talking about it and letting you know the best way to help them. I think just giving people choices, letting them know that there's a choice, because I know it's really hard for you to sit back and see somebody that you love that doesn't want to go out or doesn't want to go anywhere. And it's hard because you're like, why can't you just, snap out of it? We're going to have a great time. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But it's just not that easy. There is something going on that makes it so much harder than you realize for that person. So just understand that if it was that easy for that person, they would, because this is not a life for anybody to live. So just being patient, being there to talk to them when they need somebody to talk to. Don't push them to open up. Don't push them to talk. Just wait, and when they're ready, they'll talk. And definitely, my last thing would be to say, do not tell somebody to get over it. That is the worst possible thing you could tell someone. Just get over it. Yeah. Literally, when I hear people say that, I want to punch people in the face, because I'm like, you think that if I could just get over it, I wouldn't want to? Like, it's all fine. Everything's fine. Just get over it. No, it doesn't work like that. So we do have 2 ounces left. So I think we'll do our little hamster. So we'll mold our little hamster. This is probably going to take longer to cure because it's I'll just use white paste. So I added quite a few drops, so that's going to make it really, really white. So if you see my last few videos where I made things just milky looking, not even milky, like it was almost iridescent like that. This is going to make it really, really white. You really don't need a lot of paste because this paste really goes a long way. The reason I'm making it white is because it was white on the Temu page, and when I saw it, I just couldn't get over how cute it was. Like I said, I don't like hamsters, never liked them. My son really wanted one when he was younger, and I said absolutely not because they remind me of mice and they give me heebie-jeebies. But this guy's a cute yellow hamster. There's a piece of crushed crystal in here. That's okay. Hopefully this is enough resin because I really don't think I really need to make any. He's got two tiny little ears down there. I'm just going to spray a little alcohol. And I'm going to pour a little bit in and just squeeze the dickens out of the mold. Oh, looks like I'm going to have more than enough. Oh, Lord. It's the first time ever, I think, that I've had more than enough. We'll see, because the bottom's smaller than the top. So just squeeze and pop those bubbles out. Pop, buddy. I see you. I see you. There we go. Alright, looks like no more big bubbles. I'll make sure. I like the consistency of this mold. It's not too hard and it's not too soft. It's just thick enough for me to, oh Lord. It's just thick enough for me to squeeze and make sure no bubbles are gonna come. Or to make sure there's no bubbles forming in his little ears. Little earsies. All right. Oh, okay. Looks like 2 ounces will be just enough. So I said I have said this a few times, but I do dome it just to make sure that when resin cures, it sinks. So just to make sure that when it sinks, shake, rattle, and roll this hamster. If it's got any big bubbles, they should come to the surface. I didn't see any as we were pouring, only some micro bubbles. Looks like I could just pour a little bit more in there, and that's good because that's all I have. Stop before you start having to clean up. Because that would be me pouring till I had to clean up. A mess everywhere. Yeah, that's perfectly domed. So we get to unmold a hamster. Yay! Oh, please don't pour out that side. Listen, buddy. Let's be friends, okay? I don't want to pour alcohol or spray alcohol so that you start leaking. You're perfectly domed. Not gonna touch you. Alright. So, all I have to do is clean 2 utensils since I didn't use my mixer. Yay! Sometimes it takes forever. Alright guys, well this turned out to be an hour of a little bit of talking, and I'm just gonna move this out of the way. I move these up so that They could sit there, but I just don't want them to bend as they're curing. Let's see if this touches. I don't know if it'll touch. Like, just the fact that is it touching the resin underneath? No, the mold's holding it out good. Okay. So just the fact that these especially are still bendy, I know that this resin isn't ready, so I'm not even gonna try to unmold my son's present yet. I'm just gonna leave it. Be a good girl. Listen, don't come out your bum end, please. And yeah, so that's it today, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for being here and decorating and listening to my little story. Like always, I have lots of little stories, but I'm really happy that you guys are here. Last I checked, we had 15 subscribers, guys. I'm so thankful for you 15 who are here and subscribed, and for everybody else who watches the videos. Even if you aren't subscribed, that's fine. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the shares on all the videos. Thank you for being here, for coming along with my hectic, crazy journey. I know I'm not an amazing resin artist yet, but I am learning along the way, and I really hope that you guys will stay on the road with me and watch me progress, and we can look back at these videos one day and laugh at me fumbling my way through these things. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. For December, I think what I've decided, even on my birthday, yes, I think I've decided to put a video. I'm going to try. I'm trying to do it right now, and it is quite a lot of work, but I'm going to try to put a video out every day in December, and see if I can keep that up. And if you don't know, I am Serbian Orthodox, which means our Christmas is in January. So Christmas doesn't end for us December 25th. So for me, I'll probably still be talking about Christmas after that. And so I wanted you guys to know why, because our Christmas is January 7th. We go by the old calendar. So January 7th is our Christmas. We get all the cool Boxing Day deals. We get all the stuff on sale. So we usually wait to buy our Christmas gifts until Boxing Day or later. That's why I like Boxing Week deals online. The best time to buy presents. But this year I think I'm going to hand make something from everybody that's going to be special for them. So yeah, my son went back home this year with his girlfriend for a visit, and he had brought some rocks. I don't think my mom watches the channel, so she won't find out, but he had brought some rocks of my mom's childhood home that she grew up in. That's unfortunately going into shambles right now, but he had brought some rocks of her home, so I think I'm gonna try to Google some ways that you could put rocks in resin. And I don't know if you have to soak it, like pre-soak them, or what you need to do to make sure that it doesn't, like I don't want any color to bleed into the resin, but I do want it to look nice, because I just stuck my arm in it. I knew I would. But I do want it to look nice, so I was thinking of, for my mom, adding some flowers and some decorations and putting it in something. I was hoping to get one of those, you know, those deeper heart molds. I've seen them online. Maybe I can get one, afford one this month. We'll see. I have a few other things that I absolutely need to get before I can get any more molds, but yeah, so I was thinking of molding something like that for her. But I have to figure out how to put rocks into resin. If it just, I don't know if it's straightforward where you just put it right into resin, or if there's a trick to it. So if you do know, it would be really helpful if you leave me a message down below and let me know how. If I'm supposed to pre-silk them, if I just clean them, what to do with them, because they are rocks of the foundation, I believe. I have to double check with my son, but I believe her house is literally, it's a war-torn country, so I don't think anybody's lived in that house since the war. So it's half crumbled down, so I believe it is a piece of the house itself. Like I think the house was all built in stone, so that's what I think it is, if that helps for what it would be. But yeah, so that's what I have, and if you guys can give me any tips for that, I'd be super appreciative, because I really don't know where to start, and I don't want to mess it up, because I mean, it's something so meaningful to my mom that I just don't want to ruin it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much again for being here. I love you guys so very much. Do everything you do with love in your heart, and I hope it comes back to you tenfold. And we'll see you guys soon for unmolding these guys. Bye.